You'll see they're doing segregation. So over here you have biodegradable, over here you have plastics, over here you have polystyrene. So they're going through the bins and making sure it's segregated properly. That's very good. Good morning everyone, I'm here at Manila Baywalk for today's rehabilitation volunteer efforts. You'll see the heavy machinery from DPWH is parked here. Hopefully they'll be starting soon. The police are already here to provide any support and security required to the volunteers, although this is not the main target area today. Today people will be going to Basseco Beach. Many volunteers will make their way directly, but the MMDA will also be doing a shuttle service, which is very good because a lot of volunteers have been saying, hey, I want to go to Basseco Beach, but I'm not sure how to get there. It's kind of complicated, so the MMDA will be doing a shuttle from Carino Grandstand. And this heavy machinery from the DPWH is very cool because it's amphibious, which means it can go on land, but it can also go in the water. And you'll see over here they've got a regular digger and a big pile of soil. The reason why that's there is they load it into this machine and it automatically separates the soil and the trash. So here's a better look at the machine. Right now the conveyor belts are folded up on each side, but they will unfold later like this, and then the dirt gets dumped into there. It spins around in this barrel. All the trash comes out one side, all of the clean soil comes out the other side. Very clever machine, makes the work much faster compared to doing it manually. And here's some good news. One of my fans recently gave me this. It's a gimbal for a cell phone. I don't shoot my videos on a cell phone, but for sure I can get some good use out of this. Let me put my phone in this and show you how it works. So I've got my phone installed here now, and as you can see the idea is to stabilize it. So no matter how you move your arm, it's going to keep it nice and stable and you're going to get a really smooth video. And aside from that, I can move it automatically using this button. I can turn it right, I can turn it left. You can also set up special shots where, for example, you place it here, probably on a tripod. Let's hope that doesn't fall down. And then you can have it automatically sweep around, so you can get really nice panoramas, or you can have it on a time lapse. There's really a lot of cool things you can do with this. Like I said earlier, I don't actually shoot videos on my cell phone because I have a much better camera that I use, but I'll definitely get some use out of this, and it's such a generous gift from the fans, so a big thank you. Over here you'll see a very dangerous predator. He's got his eyes on the fisherman. I think a robbery is about to happen and this predator is going to get all the fish. So I'm now here at Basseco and the Coast Guard are here, Philippine Coast Guard. They're giving out water with ice, which is a bonus, so nice cold water. Any volunteers that need to get a drink, I might top up my own water bottle here. And there's a lot of volunteers over here from Basseco, but you'll see they're wearing the 4 ocean caps. Little girl here, up here. Boop. So yeah, cleaning up trash, that's good to see. This area is like walkable because there's so much trash here. It's like an island. And out there on the water you'll see a boat from the Coast Guard keeping an eye on the volunteers, making sure everyone will be safe. And you'll see a lot of volunteers over here from the Coast Guard itself cleaning up trash, plus more residents from here in Basseco. And you'll see they came prepared with their own shovels, rakes, gloves. So yeah, they should be able to get a lot of work done here. At the entrance to the beach here, there's a lot more 4 ocean tents. You can see they've collected a lot of trash already. Very good, very good. Lots of volunteers here today. And you'll see they're doing segregation. So over here you have biodegradable, over here you have plastics, over here you have polystyrene. So they're going through the bins and making sure it's segregated properly. That's very good. So over here are the gloves that they're giving to volunteers. They do have to return them afterwards because I think they might be cleaned and reused, but very good. It will keep the volunteers' hands safe. I think they're also giving out caps and masks, but I'm not sure if you have to return those after the cleanup. You'll see the PRRC are also here, so that's the Coast Guard plus PRRC to help, you know, in coordination with this agency or this organization, 4 Ocean. And I have to say I don't have huge love for 4 Ocean after my interaction with the lady over there from their organization. Very rude. So over here you'll find the MMDA registration area plus 2 portable toilets, and then you have the workers in the background cleaning up the trash, plus a lot more spread out. So let's go. So you'll see they're sweeping it up and then piling it into the bags. Quite a lot of trash actually, and that's why they're asking for more volunteers here on Basseco Beach, because it's just so much trash. They really need the manpower. Of course, over here by the rocks the cleanup continues. They have their tongs so they can reach in and get trash between the rocks. And then there's also ladies over here with rakes so they can pull it out of the water. Already filled up a number of bags. Very good. I am a little bit late going here because I was waiting for the shuttle bus. You'll see there's a number of people swimming and playing on the beach, and that's the idea of this, is to make the beach clean again and enjoyable for everyone. That's why they're trying to clean this up. But of course at the moment they're saying the water isn't safe for swimming, testing, so it's not recommended, but eventually it should be. So far it's only MMDA that I bumped into until now. We have a private individual over here, commuted all the way here by herself. She brought her own net as well to sort through the trash. So, you know, like I showed before, you can load it into the bag, shake it, and then the sand falls through. Very good. Where did you come from this morning?
From Pandacan, sir. Actually, I am your follower, sir.
You are? Oh, excellent. Over here you'll see a couple of the guys carrying their trash back to the main area. Of course, aside from plastics and things like that, they're also getting wood that's drifted in, bamboo and things like that from fish traps. And over here you see what they've done is kind of dig into the sand, because a lot of the trash is actually underneath. But ultimately they might have to eventually bring a machine here and do it automatically, but for now definitely volunteers can do a lot. I mean, look at this now compared to before. It already looks so much better. There's so much less trash here. There's still a lot, but so much better than before. Once you get further down the beach, this is where you'll really see a lot of trash. Although before this was a complete island, and now you can actually see some sand, so definitely big improvements. But you see polystyrene cups, plastics, all kinds of things down here. So they are raking it up and cleaning it up, and there's a lot of MMDA here. It's now around 9 AM. I saw a lot of the volunteers leaving already. They've definitely collected a lot of trash here. It's really good what they've done here, you know, getting everyone together and collecting so much stuff, segregating it as well, because segregation is of course key. I have no idea what this is. Wow. And you'll see they're just packing up everything now, and they're actually be coming back here tomorrow. So it's very good what they've done today, what they've managed. The gloves that they gave out to people, they collect them back and they'll either be washed and reused or they'll be recycled. The caps the volunteers get to keep. So it's really good, and of course they have cooperation with the Coast Guard, also with the PRRC, and I think maybe soon closer coordination with the MMDA. So this is the MPCG truck, and you see they've got lots of tools here. They have these ones for scooping stuff out of the water. They've got broomsticks, they've got rakes, all kinds of stuff, also gloves. So if volunteers need to get tools, this is where they come. They just have to give one ID to this man. He'll give you whatever tools you need and then send you on your way. More of the guys are bringing their trash in. You can see there's a big pile here. Although over there at Fort Ocean, where they were doing the segregation, they were saying that a very small percentage of it is actually recyclable, and the rest of it is just kind of residual waste. And I can tell you this is hard work because it's so hot. The sun is out in full force. It already feels like summer. There's a pretty cool boat docked over here as well. It's quite narrow and yeah, nice. Let's have a look in here. You can see there's plastic wrappers, all kinds. This one's some kind of paper, all different kinds of stuff, but mostly microplastics or plastic. Styrofoam also, cups and plates and things like that. So I just came back to the baywalk now, and this is the women of Walem. They're the wives of seafarers. So you see they've got a tarpaulin up there, and they're handing out food for the DPWH and other agencies that are working here along the baywalk. So very, very good. They must miss their husbands a lot, so you know, their way of helping out. I think this little predator down here might be the one that we saw earlier. He's in reasonable shape, so he's obviously being fed. Hope he doesn't bite me. You'll see the DPWH just finished their lunch and they're back to work. These machines are really huge. It's hard to give you an idea of scale on camera, but they are ginormous. It's amazing how these machines look so small on camera, almost like Lego, but I assure you they're very large. And there you go, that's one truckload. I actually asked them why are they loading it straight onto the truck instead of running it through the segregator machine first. They said that this one here came from so deep that when they run through it, there's really not much trash or really any trash. So there's no need to run it through the segregator. They can just load it directly onto here. You have to remember that there is a cost associated with running that segregator, both financially and environmentally, because it runs on diesel. So that's a cost, plus you have wear and tear of the machine. So if there's really not much trash in here or any trash, then of course there's no need to run it through that machine. They can just put it straight on the trucks, take it to the staging area, and then depending on soil samples, they can use this in future government projects. It's going well, it's going to plan, and having all this heavy machinery, having the right equipment, it really helps to get the job done sooner. And look at this. This is the MMDA river ferry. It's been a long time since I've ridden this. People keep asking me, is it still in operation? Yes, it is still in operation. And look, they're just unloading passengers now. What would be great is if they can have more stops and more ferries. But it is a big investment, because the thing is, you don't get riders until it exists. So you spend a lot of money up front and then people start using it. But look, there was already quite a lot of people on there. I'm very happy that I bumped into this. So I'm now back at Estero de Magdalena, and look, they finished clearing this. It's now completely open. Before, this whole Estero was a virtual island of trash and you could literally walk across it. Now it's completely open. Of course, there's still so much trash here because the squatters throw the trash out their window. That's why it's pulled up over there. Many of the families here have already been relocated, and that's why there's not as many houses here as before. But there are still some families that still need to be relocated. It's a little bit difficult because they have to find cities willing to take them in, give them a house, give them a marketplace and things like that. But it's a work in progress and definitely big improvements. Although look at this, it's coming up from the water. As for the electrical wires, you'll see they're still going through the water. There's joints in those wires where they've been cut and then rejoined, and it's going through the water. Very dangerous. I mean, look at this now, incredible. If you looked at this even just 2 months ago, completely different. Still people throwing the trash there, even though they've seen me videoing and said hello to me. No respect, unfortunately. Really no respect. Oh, if you looked at this, even just... And just like before, there's non-stop running water. I don't think they even have a way of turning this pipe off. It's very worrying because there's a water crisis right now and the water's just flowing non-stop every time I go here to Magdalena. You'll see on the other side they're making good progress with that wall. Like I mentioned in my last video, the idea is that this will be a nice walkway. They'll remove the informal settlers here also, or squatters, depending on how you consider them. And yeah, I guess eventually they'll remove this soil here also, so it's fully open. But for now it's useful because it gives them access to build the wall. Yeah, really progress. This is progress. There's a lot happening. It takes a lot of people, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of willpower, but it's happening. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and maybe you'll consider sharing it so more people can be aware of what's being done. If you haven't volunteered already, maybe you can join us next Saturday. Thanks for watching.